are live. Just the two of us right now.
Okay.
It actually says just one person. Two. I'm not seeing people coming in. Sylvia just joined. Hi, Sylvia. T just joined. Hi, T. I have to welcome people. Okay, Curtis.
It's all right.
All right. If you recognize your sister, let's do a shout out to her
Okay.
too. Okay. Yeah. So hello everybody. Continue on coming on in. So excited. I do get excited. It's kind of like if somebody were to come to my home, you know how I'm excited to see them. So I feel like I'm greeting people into, my little space, this little box of a space. So it's very exciting. But I'm probably going to have to make sure I stay on schedule. So people are probably going to be coming in slowly. Okay, Curtis? But if you do see a name, I'm saying Lisa and G Bo. G Bo, I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Yes. Hello, guys. Hi. Welcome. We're going to let them come in. And if you see, because do you see the chat too, Curtis?
I see Lisa Walker joined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see people that you know, please feel free to say hi to them. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
because some names, some I'm familiar with, and some I'm not. So it's always nice, like when you can see somebody who's coming in. I'm so excited, guys. I hope you are too. As I told you before, I might be just switching things up because with this commitment every Sunday. Hi, Sylvia. Thanks for saying hello. See how they're saying hello? Yeah. So I might be switching things. Sometimes I might be in one space and other times I might be in another, but nonetheless, I'm going to be here. Yay. Keep on coming in. I'm going to let them come in for a few more minutes and I'll talk. I'm so excited to talk with Curtis. I have a fun story I'm going to share with you after a few more have joined. Yeah. Since we have that window of only an hour, I have to be mindful of everybody's time. So I'll be sticking to it. Yeah. And I think I have to keep. So are you comfortable, Curtis?
I am.
Yes. Okay. I like your shirt.
Well, thank you. I just for you.
Oh, dear.
I had a shirt that color on and I took it off. I had that color on.
Oh, you did? Red? That would have been nice. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it like 3 more minutes. And just because when I'm not quite sure how this works in terms of like how long I'm supposed to wait. It doesn't really tell me. Hi, T. Yeah, please say hi, guys. Welcome. Thanks for coming back. All right, so what I am going to do is maybe I am just going to start with my little introduction. And since I have a few people on already, hi, Bill and Lisa. I think that's Bill, Lisa. Hi, thank you so much for joining. All right, I'm going to get over here. Lisa, she says, hi, Tracy. Hi, Lisa. All right, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do a little bit better. Well, I've kind of been practicing. So I'm just going to go right into this. Please keep the highs coming in and checking in. So I just want to say hello, everybody, and welcome to Love Unscripted 2. This is episode 2, Dating After 50. You can't make this stuff up. Hi, Tia! Remember Tia from last week, right? Hi, Tia! Okay, so yes, you can't make this stuff up. I'm Traci Wolfe. This is a place where we're going to have an honest conversation about love, dating, relationships, heartbreak, healing, second chances for those people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and I even like to say up to 70s plus these days. You guys are in the right place. This is no scripts. Well, a little bit of a script. I wanted to clean up my hello, Tia. I wanted to clean up my introduction. So no scripts, though, no roses, no drama, just an honest conversation. I want to thank all of you for being here. I sincerely am eternally grateful for that. Please continue to use the chat. I like that. It gives me something to read. It gives even our guests a chance to answer some questions that I might not have thought of. I think you're really going to like the conversation with Curtis today. And I think we're going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and start. So I'm going to introduce Curtis and I'm going to tell you a little special story of how Curtis and I met. So a little while ago, I wrote about being kicked off of Match. And then I started dating. And, I think by now, maybe everybody knows that I'm a widow. And it was Tia and another girlfriend who had kind of encouraged me to explore dating again. So after exploring dating, Curtis was one of the gentlemen that I went on a date with. He was the one, if you recall, that I said we went on the train ride through the mountains. Do you remember this, Curtis? Yeah,
Hmm.
and I did not meet Curtis on Match. I met Curtis on Instagram. I actually reached out to him. He was responding to some of my posts in a very respectful way, and it really touched me. And I believe I reached out and said I was intrigued. Correct, Curtis?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yeah. And so we dated briefly, but we became friends and we are still friends. And
Mhm.
he came to my rescue, and I am very, very grateful for you for coming to my rescue when I put out that plea and my mouth ran away with me by saying, I'm going to do this every Sunday. But you when I contacted you, and or did you, I can't remember if you contacted me or not. I forget like how it worked. But
Right.
when I asked you, would you come on? You don't have to be a contestant. You could tell a dating story. And so I do believe you are our first hummingbird,
Hmm.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead. So where are you talking to us from? You can give a general area. You don't have to like give specifics,
I'm in
okay?
Central
Hi,
New Jersey.
Michelle. Sorry,
I'm
sorry,
in
Curtis.
Central New Jersey.
The Central New Jersey. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no wildfire smoke today, thank God.
Yes, it's gotten
Yeah.
better, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So Curtis, I love that picture of you in the jet ski.
Hmm.
Yeah, how was that
It was fun. It was a all guys trip last March.
last month?
Myself and two really close friends. We went to Key Largo.
Oh,
So
fun.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
I've gone way back. One of the friends is I've known him since I was 6,
okay.
and the other gentleman that was on the trip, I met him through my friend I've known through 6. They went to college together, so way
Oh,
back. Yeah, way
yeah.
back. Good
Oh,
friends. Yeah.
oh, I like that. And I
Mhm.
love that picture. Yeah. And what I want to say, ladies, he's not available because he's choosing to just tell stories. Okay.
I'm gonna
Want to
take my
make that
glasses off on that one.
stop. Well, I wanted you were gracious to come on, so I just wanted to
Right.
make sure that I'm being I'm honoring your position.
I appreciate that.
Yes, and I appreciate you coming on. Hi, Julie. So welcome, welcome. So, Curtis, today, because you're going to tell us some dating stories, this is really fun, especially from a male's perspective. Um, when we were talking on the Zoom call, I remember asking you if we can jump right into that question about. You were telling me that you are just kind of tired
Right.
of the whole like what dating experience
Yeah.
is that, yeah? Can you share a little more of what that
Right.
means? Because I've
I
heard that.
Yeah, I mean, there are two levels to this. There's the level when we just in general talk about when a man is tired,
Yeah.
and that level is basically as men we feel like we have to be performative, we have to be strong, we have to be, rocks, we have to be resilient, and we can never show emotions. Can never really talk about how we feel. We're just supposed to persevere regardless of anything else. So when we do that as men, because we're not robots, we're not made of steel, we're really just humans, we do get tired and we get worn down. And normally, being stoic, because we're raised to be stoic, raised to be strong, we don't tell anybody that we're feeling tired. We don't tell anybody that we're let down. We just continue on, or we kind of fall to pieces,
Wow.
and then get ourselves back together. But a lot of times, the people in our lives, family, friends, people we might be dating, have no understanding what we might be feeling. They may think we don't care. They may think we've tuned out of them, and we're just tired.
Oh,
So
so
that's
you
what it kind of means.
means, yeah.
Right.
And so how does that kind of being tired,
Apply to
tired of
me.
the whole dating scene? Like how
Right.
does,
I
yeah.
I guess because I've seen so many folks who kind of are just not where they need to be. You might meet somebody and they're really very nice, but they're not the same place you are on your healing journey. Maybe they're, and more often than not, they're, somewhat behind. So you're there trying to pour into them, and what you have to pour, they can't hold. And it's a uncomfortable mismatch that leaves you feeling empty because they can't hold who you are. It may leave them feeling frustrated, or it may leave them just not understanding, what the dynamic is. So you kind of just get tired of it and kind of tune out, because you're like, I can't keep doing this, where I worked hard to get where I am. I worked to heal, I worked to become a better man. And now who I am, people can't handle it. People can't accept it. And that's a very difficult feeling to have. So instead
Mm.
of walking around holding that feeling and feeling bad about it, it's just like, let me just take a break from all of this and just step back. So that's
Oh,
basically what I've done.
you step back from dating. Yeah,
Right.
because you're tired.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well,
Mhm.
I'm hoping that that you are going to be, one day have hope again and go from there. Yeah. But
Right.
you do have some very interesting stories to tell, and I did appreciate you had mentioned wait, going back to being tired though. You said that
Mhm.
there was somebody that you had
Oh, right.
looked
There's
at
a
and
gentleman. Yeah, there's a gentleman, Jason Wilson. If people want to really read up on the whole concept of tired, Jason Wilson is an educator. He's a martial arts teacher. He's based in Detroit. He's done some really great work with boys and young men in Detroit. And he has a video that I've watched before, and I just rewatched it last night. And it's called "When Men Are Tired." So if
oh,
anybody wants to Google that, Jason Wilson, "When Men Are Tired," he really just breaks it down very well. And again,
oh,
he's a very dynamic person. There was a documentary about him and about his walk that I think Lawrence Fishburne actually produced, that was
oh,
on ESPN a couple of years ago. So if you really want to check out a man that's really not even just talking the talk, but walking the walk in his marriage as a father, and in terms of reaching young black men and young fathers of these men, Jason Wilson is somebody I would suggest you check out. And he's not just focused on black men; he's focused on men in general. So
oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
to get a man's perspective.
Right. And he
Yeah.
wants to uplift men. He's written three books. I bought all of his books and read all of his books, really uplifting and really just make men understand, we're on the mental health journey, the healing
Yeah.
journey too. And we can reach out and we can understand where we are and move forward. And the schism about men aren't supposed to be mentally fragile. That's a myth. And we're
Yeah.
human, and we have our moments where we need to regenerate and recoup and step back better.
Yeah.
And he supports that. And he really talks a lot about that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. I think I might have to explore that too because I always like learning more about all the different perspectives. We've had two people join too. Douglas. Hi, Douglas. How are you? And
Doug,
Julie.
that's
Hello.
that's my
Oh,
friend.
okay. We'll
Yeah.
give a shout out to him.
What's up,
Yeah.
Doug?
Okay.
Take
Great.
take note, take notes, Doug.
Thank you. All right. So now we're going to get to some of these fun questions. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So asking you questions here. Tell us your funniest or most unforgettable dating story since turning 50.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got to think which one that is.
So
Is
I can give you a
okay. Yeah,
if you want, I can even read it and then you can tell in depth if you
yeah.
like.
Go. Yes,
Would
do
you
that.
like that? Okay. All
Yes.
right. So here's what you said.
Mhm.
You said at 52, I met a lady on a plane
Yeah.
flight from Atlanta to Newark, and I went out with her a few times. After a couple of dates, she sent me a picture of a Land Rover in a parking garage sitting on cinder blocks and asked for help in purchasing new wheels and tires for this allegedly her car that she claimed had been stripped of said wheels. I did not I did not do so. I nicknamed her the con woman to my friends, and 5 years later, when Googling her name, saw that she had been charged with fraud in New Jersey and was facing 4 years in jail for her crimes. I
Yes.
learned to hear with my eyes and see with my ears if and if what someone says does not correlate with what you see, take note and take action, removing them from your life. So please
Yeah.
go ahead and give more detail to that story.
Well, and to say why what I said in the end about if things don't correlate.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the window seat of a plane. She comes in, she gets in the aisle seat. Attractive young lady. So of course, being single, I start talking to her,
Okay.
and the conversation goes pretty well. But there were things that she said that kind of should have been a red flag and kind of were kind of strange. Like for instance, she said she lived in Atlanta, but she was coming to New Jersey to go gamble for her birthday. All right,
Oh,
that's okay.
okay.
But
Yeah.
that she had two kids, one junior high school age, one just barely high school, and she left them to care for themselves.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, and
In
I was like,
in their part in her house by the. Oh.
in
Okay.
Atlanta. So that was the first thing that was like,
Okay.
okay.
And she was telling you all this.
Yeah, she's telling
Yeah.
me that, and then she's telling me
Okay.
she's an. I said, "Well, what do you do for a living?" She said she's an artist. I said, "Well, do
Okay.
you paint?" And she said, "No, not really." I said, "Well, do you sculpt?" She said, "Not really." I said, "Well, what do you kind of do?" And she said, "Well, I just do a lot of different things." It turned out she did. She was a beautician, but she had also owned a daycare center in Paterson, New Jersey. And then there was a story about how that daycare center went out of business. There were just a lot of stories about different things that if you just got beyond how she looked, you would look at her and say, "Hey, nice meeting you." Get off the plane and you just keep walking.
Oh. Oh. But see, you were intrigued.
She was an attract. I was 52. She was attractive. I'm guilty.
Okay. Until you saw the light.
Oh, and until she asked for me to buy
The
her new
money.
new
Yeah. For the.
wheels, and I'm like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah. That was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few. There was a little more communication after that. In fact, at one point, she wanted me to invite her up for Christmas and for her to bring her kids.
Oh. Oh.
I, I,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I,
Okay. All
I
right.
had to.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a pass.
Okay. That was a pass.
That
Okay. All
was
right.
two
Okay.
dates. Two
2
dates.
dates. Yeah, that's okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So here's one. What's the biggest surprise that you've discovered about dating at this stage of life?
Oh,
Do
okay.
you remember your answers?
Well,
Oh,
let
oh,
me
oh.
know.
Tia says she was having a big she was having a big red flag.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Oh, yeah.
was. Yeah.
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 Yeah. She was waving it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You missed it.
I was 52. Please forgive me.
No, no, that's okay. We're kind of like all young again. The
Right,
way
right.
I mean from 50, 60, 70, I feel it's 80. I feel like this whole dating thing has like made us, it seems like we were bolder when we were younger, you
Yeah,
know? Because
yeah.
now like this age we just have there's so much other stuff that comes along with us
Right,
on the date. Yeah.
right. And I
Mhm.
think I think at that age, I still wanted to believe that people weren't as shaky as they
Yeah.
appeared to be. I think at that point, 52, I was about 8 years into being single again.
Oh,
So
that's right,
I'd
because you're
had
divorced, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd had some experiences, but you kind of want to still have hope in your friends. Say, "Oh, you should give her a shot." And you're like, "Well, I
Yeah.
don't want to buy her tires, so let me."
No, 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 right. Yeah. Okay, so what is the biggest surprise that you've discovered about dating at this stage? I can give you a hint if you you wrote these. I think
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Well, I can add. Go ahead. Tell me what I said, and
This
and
one
I.
was about how not everyone is on a healing journey from the end
Oh
of a
yeah,
significant past
yeah,
relationship. I can
yeah,
attest to that one.
and that is the biggest surprise because
Yeah.
you think about like that story of meeting that lady on the plane. Now, if I were still in that place mentally where I would be acting and reacting and attracted to somebody like that after the first few things they said just didn't add up, then there would be something wrong. I had not grown. I had not learned. I had not, figured out. No, what's your worth? What is it that you want? What are your boundaries? What are you looking for? Who are you? How do you view yourself? How do you view others? If you don't move forward, then you're kind of still in the same place. And I've moved forward from that story that you just the first story. So when I meet somebody, I want to meet people who are in movement, not people who are kind of static and saying, "Okay, I am who I am. This is who I am, and accept me." Let's grow together. Let's move. Let's explore this world, because I don't want to be the same person last month that I am this month.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I don't want to be the same person last year that I am this year. Now, I mean, when I say the same person, I am Curtis. I am Curtis, but
Yes.
I
Yes.
I, I want to mature. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to be a better person. And I don't meet a lot of people that are, similarly focused that way.
Oh,
And
well, so
that's
do you mean like in healing, like, many times divorce produces hurt. Death, produces hurt.
yeah.
There's by this age, we've all probably had a love, and lost it for whatever reason, whatever reason, and so we're carrying all of that with us,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So like, what does it look like when somebody comes to you and they might not know that they need, because I'm gonna tell you, when you and I met,
Hmm.
I was unaware that I was still carrying around a lot of grief.
Right.
And I admit, I was messy. I still have messy moments. So when people are unaware of what they might need, like, how do you handle that? Like, how do you,
Well,
what do you, yeah.
not to talk about our situation, but I'll mention this. I could feel that, right? And
Right.
and my instinct is, I want to help. And I want to fix this. But that's the thing, is you realize, I'm not a paid professional. I can't
No.
fix
Nope.
that.
Right. Right.
I have to fix me. The
Yeah.
other person has to fix them. Now I can listen. I can be sensitive. I can understand. I can, not be a detriment to where they are. Right. I
Yeah.
can't, because you could meet somebody and they're kind of stuck in a bad place, and if you start attacking them or tearing them down or criticizing them, you're not helping them at all.
No.
Right.
No.
In
No.
fact, what you're doing is totally just feeding into the negativity they may be carrying with them.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you give somebody space, you give them room. But in me giving somebody space and room, and not with us, Tracy, but in other
Right.
situations, giving them space and room, and they don't there's no movement over a period of time. I'm not talking about months, but a
Mhm.
long period of time, you're kind of not going anywhere.
So like, if a person doesn't know though that in this dating, this age group, if a person doesn't know that they need that kind of help, and you said you don't want to be with, yeah, like how would, just out of just curious, I know you're not looking for anybody,
Right.
but
I
like, when, like, how do you approach that though?
I mean, be honest with you, in the situations that I've been in where there was either potential dating or somebody I knew, these were people I knew for a while, ladies I knew for a
Oh.
while, and I saw that, and I encouraged them to seek therapy. I encouraged them to move forward. In some instances, I'd even saw a pattern of their behavior where they were making very bad decisions and bringing people into their lives that were destructive to them, and they didn't want to hear. They were like, "I don't tell me." And then they went ahead and went into the destructive relationships, and some of the destruction was pretty grave. In those situations, you still try to be supportive, but you're supportive. You listen. You let them know, hey, there's help here, but you can't hit them over the head with it.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Sure.
uh Bill Lisa is asking, how long do you give someone time to grow before walking away?
Hmm. I don't think there's anybody I've particularly walked away from, like just said, "Hey, I can't deal with this. I'm out of here."
Mhm.
I mean, the con woman, yes, but
Yeah,
that
that
was
yeah, yeah, that was
that. Yeah, that
yeah,
was because I didn't want to go to jail.
right.
Um,
Bury the body.
right, right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
um, um, I I know somebody in particular that I would say I've given this person, and this is person I've known as a friend and at some point tried to date. I've given this person, wow. Now I'm thinking about it. Wow, almost 18 years off and on. Not dating them 18 years, but I've known them 18 years, and at some point, and a few months ago, I had to just let go. because I've known
Wow.
them 18 years and I've seen these decisions. I've seen it in their attractive lady, and I've actually seen the light kind of go out of her because of all the decisions she's made and what it's kind of brought into her life. And it's not that I'm walking away so much. Sometimes you have to save yourself because I carry that. When I see
Mm,
somebody hurting, I carry that. I don't like look at them, they're hurting, you fix yourself. I feel it inside deeply.
mm-hmm,
And you can tear yourself up carrying somebody else's burden. And sometimes people will say, yeah, carry my burden. Go ahead. I won't fix me. You just carry it. And that's
mm-hmm,
not good either. So
mm-mm,
sometimes you have to save yourself
mm-hmm,
and not being selfish, but sometimes you just have to step back and save yourself.
mm-hmm. Oh, did that answer your question, Belisa? That's what your name says. And hi, Ray. Ray's joined.
Mhm.
Belisa, did that answer that question? How long? Yeah. Yeah. Keep the questions coming in for Curtis in the chat.
Mhm.
Tia says absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. And she says yes. Yes. All right. So let's answer this third question here. Have you ever gone on a date that taught you exactly what you do or don't want in a relationship? And I can refresh in your memory
Yeah.
if you need me to. Do you need me to?
Please do.
Okay. This one was about what did you write this stuff like well how long that was it was a while ago. Never mind. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So this was a Christmas time second date in Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
Hot chocolate at a cafe before attending Alvin Alley at the city center. You took pictures of a date and with your phone, right?
Mhm.
When she checked the pictures on my phone, she saw a 4-year-old picture of me and a lady friend in Times Square with my arm around this friend's shoulder.
Mhm.
Okay. This person was a friend from out of town, not a date. However, my Christmas time date frowned. 2 days later, she called me to say I was allowed to only have pictures of my ex wife. There were no pictures of my ex wife on my phone, however, but she said I must delete all the pictures of any other ladies on my phone and inferred remove said pictures and of any other ladies on my home in my home as well.
Yeah.
Second date,
Yeah.
second what did I say? Second, I do want ladies to understand I respect them and I do not play games, but I am not comfortable with anyone dictating what reminders of my past relationships I can have. I exited this relationship not too long after.
Right.
Oh yes, you're getting another lesson from Lisa. And Cherie Miller has joined. Hello, Cherie.
Mhm.
Okay, so do tell about this Christmas time date. That sounds
Wow.
bad too.
Yeah. And she
Okay.
was a very nice person. I really liked her personality. She had a really nice soul and nice heart. But and she was in our age group, and
Yeah.
she had never been married, and she didn't have
Mhm,
children.
mhm.
She was a former model.
Oh, wow, okay.
In fact, I even go further. The guy she dated before me was an assistant coach, not now, but had
Mm.
previously been an assistant coach with the New York Knicks.
Oh,
So
wow.
she
Okay.
was she had dated people at a level that I'm not poor, but I'm not I'm
Yeah, yeah.
not right. I'm not at that level.
I got you.
So
Yeah.
I that never made me uncomfortable. What happened between us was what was between us. She was nice. We went out. We had a good
Yeah,
time. But when
yeah.
it came to the pictures, I started feeling like, oh, I'm going to be a hostage. This is a hostage situation. She sees me as somebody that she can come in and just take over. And kind of give you an aside, years and years ago, when I say years ago, my ex-wife said this about me. She said, women think that your niceness makes you an easy mark, and then they'll do things to try to take advantage of you, not understanding you're not an easy mark, you're just nice, and that you pay attention to what they do. And when they cross that line and do something they shouldn't do, you kind of let them know, no, that's there's a line there, and you kind of just went up to it. Maybe you went over it, and we're having difficulty because of that. So I think that she was pushing that line. She saw
Yeah.
me as somebody she could control. She knew I was single. At the time, I lived in a house in North Jersey by myself. It was a very nice house. I think she saw herself being in that house because
Wow.
the first date she had come into my house, and this was a 3 bedroom house. I lived in there by myself, 2 floors, a lot of closet space. I do have a lot of clothes, but I didn't have that many clothes. She said to me, "There's not enough closet space."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she was insinuating that she was gonna be moving in.
But that was the first date.
Oh. Oh.
So I
Okay.
heard that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So then there was a second date in the pictures, and it was like, no,
Wow.
this is
So
not.
so is that more of like a bold move? I mean, is that something that, maybe that is attractive, do you think, to somebody? I don't know.
Well, I think the picture thing isn't because
No, no, I agree with that. I
right,
think that that's
right.
just that's if she's looking at your phone and telling you yeah, that's
Right,
not.
right. And like I said, and I actually said to her, I said, look, you have pictures, I'm sure, of the gentleman that you previously dated and other men that you've dated.
Yeah.
Those are memories that you share with them. I don't interfere with those memories. It's not my place. Keep those memories. That's your life. Our life
Yes.
is what starts at this point and moves forward.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
she she
Yeah.
she had she had plans, and
Wow.
I
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I wanted to get to know. I want to get to know somebody before we make plans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're getting some responses here. Sherry Miller has
Oh,
joined. Sean Headman.
that's
That's your
my
friend.
best friend. That's one of the
Oh, wow.
friends that I went to Florida with. We go.
Oh
That's
my
the one
God.
from Brooklyn, next
Oh,
door neighbor.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. And he's supporting you, saying, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger." He's probably heard the story before.
I think he has.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, okay. So see, yeah, that's that. I hate that the nice guy ends up people thinking that they can take advantage of the nice
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, but you being aware of that, I'm sure
right.
makes you more, just cautious.
Yeah, I am aware, but I don't want to. You don't want to not be nice. You don't want to
No.
be. I was raised to treat women respectfully. I was raised to care and show affection and love and support for women. I wasn't raised to be abrasive or rude or crude. And
Yeah.
sometimes I know men can be that way, and that can in a negative way attract women. They're attracted to guys that kind of reject them. I don't see the point of going down that road. If you like somebody, start in a positive place so you can build on it. Don't start in a negative. Get away from me. Let me say negative things to you to kind of attract you. That's not.
The
That.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it surprising that women in their 50s, 60s, up 70s play games? Do you think that that still is a thing?
I guess it was surprising when I maybe the first two people that did it. It's not surprising now because I've seen
No.
it. I've seen it so often that so much so that when you don't see it, you're like, oh, okay, this okay. Like for instance, we only went out briefly, but I didn't see that with you.
No. Yeah, I don't play
So
games. I have
but
other issues.
right. Well, no, but that's important. But that's rare. But that's rare for me. That was rare to not see that. To not see somebody trying to manipulate. See somebody trying to do stuff. Trying to do everything.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I feel sorry for you guys. I mean, men. I mean, really, it must be really like just kind of yeah, just kind of tough. I could see. I'm understanding more of the. I'm just tired. I just don't
Yeah.
feel like being bothered. Essentially, I'm just
Yeah,
yeah.
because if you
That's
don't do
that's
that, then you end up settling for less, and unfortunately, settling for less can make you as a man less, and then you approach relationships in a less place, and that less place may be you just approach women to have physical interaction, to play with them, to just have some attention, and then not really try to build relationships. And unfortunately, I do know men who in my age group, not the men on the phone, not my friends on the phone, but do know men in this age group. That's where their mentality is. And when I tell them some of these stories, they tell me, "Oh, you should just do that. You should just have fun. Why are you trying to be serious at this point?" And I'm like, so I've lived all this life, made my mistakes, grown, and I'm going to go back to being 18 and a freshman in college and irresponsible. I don't
wow.
get that.
Tia says they are up against some stuff. Women too. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I
is.
guess yeah, it's just tricky at this age. I mean, even at this age. Because
And,
really I have heard yeah, the I'm done, not ever dating again. I'm hearing women from women and men.
and quality
Inequality.
is an issue. I mean, there may be none. Like, I know they say that there are more obviously available women in this age group than men, but quality is still an issue.
An
And
issue.
also, kind of going back to, we talk about where people are in a healing journey. if 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 some really creepy guys have really done something really bad to a lady, and she's here trying to figure out next steps, and she's on that journey, but she hasn't, gotten that far on it, but she's really nice. I'm going to run into her, and she's going to have a lot of things she's still carrying because some bum mistreated her. And then I have to kind of deal with the mistreatment that somebody else
Oh
did. I
yeah.
don't mind to a certain degree, but I can only do but so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Julie says games are played by men and women
Exactly.
don't who don't have their life together.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. All right. Okay, another question. If someone in their 50s, 60s, 70s is thinking about dating again but feels nervous, what would you say to encourage them?
I don't know what I said, but let me just, I'll answer. Then you can tell me what I said to see if I'm consistent. And
Okay.
and I think be cautious, but jump in. I mean,
Oh,
be cautious, but explore it. Be cautious. Make sure you are where you need to be. Make sure you know your self worth and your value, and don't let anybody come in and want you and devalue you. Like, that you're worth $100. That's just a number I'm throwing out. And a
ooh,
man
Kurt,
comes
you
in.
throwing out a number for a woman? No,
Right. No, I'm just
don't
and
you do that.
hypothetical. And a man comes along, and he says, I only have $75. And you say, okay, you're a nice gentleman. I'm 100.
This is really not going well. I get what you're saying, though. I think everybody gets what you're saying. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
teasing.
mean,
Okay.
don't devalue yourself. Don't
Okay.
ever,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
If-
That's
I mean,
actually, I think that's what you said. You said always maintain your standards regardless of the implied standards of the dating world. That's the
right.
way you answered it. Yeah.
And I even go a
So
little further.
that's what you're saying, essentially.
I was this
Yes.
is going okay, so I was almost 50 then. And both my parents are still alive. I brought them to my house where I then lived, and I got a phone call from a lady friend. And she had pulled something. Let me just put it that way. She had pulled something, but she had called to tell me she pulled something. And I'm like, you're calling me to tell me you did something that's not cool. So
Oh
my
wait.
father,
I thought you meant like pull the muscle.
no, no, no. It was
No.
just she pulled some little smooth. Like her and I had talked about doing something, and then we had talked about doing something, right? And then she calls to tell me, "Oh, I went with another guy to do what her and I had talked about doing."
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So my father saw the look on my face, and he said, "What's wrong?" And 'cause I got off the phone. I said, and he kept asking me, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I just said, something with a woman." And he just looked at me and he said this. I'll never forget it. He said, "Curtis, never forget. Water finds its own level. Maintain your level."
Mhm. Wow.
So
Okay. Yeah.
that's what
Okay.
I would tell anybody entering the dating pool. You know your level. Don't just because you want to be with somebody, don't
Lower your it's
mm,
yeah, lower your
mm,
standards, lower your level. Yeah, I
don't
get it.
don't do
Yeah.
that.
We do have some comments. So Tia says there's a comedian that said dating at this age is like shopping from the clearance rack.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tia, God.
See, now if I would have said that, if a man would have said that,
Ooh,
I
oh
see. I said
man.
$100 and I almost got in trouble. She
Yeah,
said,
well, I'm thinking, oh my God, yeah. I was expecting like some comments from women with the money value comment with but no, okay, but no, that's good. Michelle says relationship immaturity unfortunately reveals itself at any age, and I saw it with a man who was 72.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So, oh,
Yeah.
we're getting some comments. Right. Okay. Wait. So Douglas is saying all that glitters isn't gold.
Mm.
Character, heart, and spiritualism count.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh huh. Tia
Mm.
saying a man can't say that at all. Okay. About the is that about the money thing? And T says, "Wow." She you know, just blown away. Yeah. Yes. So give some more advice, because yeah, I mean really it's interesting, like from a man's point of view of like uh what it does feel like to be,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, you know, having a good number of female friends who are now in this age group, not women I've dated, but just knowing them, I know that a lot of them are very concerned about being able to find somebody. You know, they may be divorced, they may have had relationships that ended, and they're looking, and it's really tough for them. And in a lot of instances, they have just kind of broadened their spectrum of guys they could date, which is fine. I don't, whatever that spectrum is, as long as that spectrum is a spectrum of men that are respectful of them. But again, don't, just because somebody, you know, just because somebody appears to be what they are, take your time. And if you see red flags, like, you know, somebody on the airplane that tells you what that woman told me, just run.
Right. No, Shia, that's a serious, and even for a man. Wait, so you're Sean, I think he was your friend too,
Yeah.
says, oh my, clearance rack, Target or Nordstrom. Let's make a difference.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. That's true because, you know, Neiman has a clearance. Does Neiman have a clearance rack? I don't know.
uh
No,
I don't think
Nordstrom's
Neiman has
does.
it.
I've seen clearance racks at Nordstrom. They won't call it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, no, Nordstrom is Nordstrom rack. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I don't think,
We
and
don't,
Neiman, does
yeah.
Neiman have a rack? I don't think Neiman has like
I
a,
don't think Neiman has a, I don't think there's a
oh,
sub, I don't think so. I don't think. I
no.
was thinking, okay, so you're saying everybody should be a Tiffany.
Right. Wow.
Right? Is that what we don't
Yeah.
we want Tiffany level, right? Is that what,
Well,
no, if we're gonna shop, if we're gonna do
well,
this clearance shopping, I don't
yeah.
even know if Tiffany's has sales, but
I don't know. That'd be
right?
interesting. Yeah. Go in there and see. Can I get a discount on a diamond? I don't
Woman?
know.
Yeah, no.
Right. Well, I mean, and I also, I mean, I know that again because we don't want to be lonely. I mean,
Yeah,
I know how that feels.
yeah.
And there may be like I think I may have been sharing with you, Tracy, a week ago that there are a few people who I know, women that I know that I like, and I could go out with them, but I kind of know they are looking at me for more than just somebody to go out with. And so for me, you know, they're looking for
Oh, they want
relationships.
a relationship. They want a
Right,
romantic
right,
relationship with you.
right.
Got you.
So I've not gone out with them because I don't want to. And a lot of people say we should just go out. You know, you're not promising them anything, but I don't want to even go down that road where a door seems to be open and then you have to close the door if you kind of know beforehand that you don't see them that way.
Yeah,
You see them as a friend and you don't really want to. If you blur the line, you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and I don't want to be hurtful to anybody.
yeah. Tell me more about that, because y- you have shared with me a lot about how you want to be friends,
Right,
um when you meet somebody, and
right.
what does that look like? Like, what is that
Well,
like?
I mean, first of all, I don't think you can make somebody your friend. Like for instance, you and I didn't, when we first met each other, we didn't say we're going to be each other's friends.
Yeah,
No, I mean, and I think that kind of just it evolves to that. And I think it takes two people. It's what's inside of them. It's where they are in their lives at that moment. It evolves to whatever it's supposed to be. Sometimes it evolves to you're not supposed to have anything to do with them. You go your way, they go their way.
yeah,
Other times
yeah.
it evolves in a way that you know it's a friendship when you can think of them and you smile.
Ah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
think of this person and you smile. You don't have to have seen them. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to talk to them. You just, wow, and you just laugh to yourself because you think of them based on who they are. You don't manufacture that. I don't know. I mean, one sense, God creates people who should be in your life, and He
yeah.
creates people who shouldn't be in your life.
Yes, to teach you
And
a lesson. What's the saying? Uh, People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that the saying?
yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think, I mean, when you see something, when you see somebody and you see the link that they can be your friend, nurture that. Because oh, this is special. I mean, I think I told you one of the positive facts of my marriage is that my ex-wife was my best friend. When the marriage ended, I just didn't lose a wife. I lost my best friend.
Wow.
And you realize that person had that bigger role in your life. You're like, oh man, that's just not something that you get every day. You don't get that with somebody that you share that level of love with. And if you don't share that level of love with, friendship is rare. I know people always want to think of romantic relationships, but unfortunately, I kind of think romance can come and go. Meaning, you being attracted to somebody can come and go. The people you really, really deeply love, that's going to be rare. And the people that you're really going to be deep friends with in a sincere way, that's also rare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I treasure that. And
Yeah. So you treasure the friends that you're, I don't want to say collecting, but the people that are in your life at this point, and
I,
maybe into like the 90s. Oh, Michelle says trust is huge.
yes, it is. And
Yeah.
I know that if somebody said if somebody asked me, no one asked me, well, what's your biggest issue in a relationship? I would say trust.
Ah,
Trust.
tell me more.
Oh, trust is a big deal for me. I mean, I can see that evolved out of childhood. Trusting
Mhm.
the environment in the home that I didn't feel always comfortable in. So trusting people is very important to me, to the point that I know that when I realized that the person I ended up marrying was that person. You know, even when she was that person, I'm sitting there like part of me is like, she really likes me like that.
Oh. Oh. Oh, to like you to want to get married and
Yeah, yeah, that
yeah.
she's really this solid a person, that she really, that it's not going to one day just disappear and dissipate. I'm not going to come home one day and it's going to be, oh, this is just a joke. I don't care about you.
Oh, yeah.
Because
That's sweet.
because
But
trust
yeah.
is trust is deep. It runs deep.
Yeah. 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 So do you think that that's something that presents a problem? Or not a problem in a bad way, but like when you meet people, do you immediately trust, or do you does that is that something that builds with the friendship?
I think what I tell people is, and like for instance, I met somebody and I complimented them, and they said, "How do I know? How do they know that what I said was honest?" And I said, "Well, why would I be dishonest with you?" They said, "I don't know. Somebody, the last guy said the same things to me, and I don't know if he was honest too." And then they said to me, "Well," I looked at them and I said, "Well, when I met you, I looked at you as a blank canvas, and who you are is who you paint on the canvas." So that's how I approach people. I give them, you are the canvas. You will show me who you are. I'm not going to look at you and decide who you are. I mean, if I walk by and I see you robbing a bank, and then later on I see you at a bar, well, I think she's the bank robber, right? But
Yeah, but no, yeah. And I know you're not looking, but you have told me that you get approached often, and
yeah,
so yeah. So how do you handle that? Um, like yeah. How do you handle that?
well, Um, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a line. This might get me in trouble. I can tap dance out of situations like Gregory Hines.
Oh, okay. That's kind of smooth. I can tap dance at it. Okay.
You
So you
just
know how to just kind of
Yeah, you just
politely.
yeah, just
Okay.
politely just evade the situation going somewhere where it should not go, and you
So what
don't
if it's
want it.
somebody you like though?
I mean, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's nobody from my job. Okay, so no, I'll say this. No, because there was this attractive lady that works where I work, and
Hmm.
I saw her and I saw she's attractive. And then a friend of mine that know her said, "Hey, she's kind of interested in you."
Oh,
He said,
okay.
then he says, "But she's married." I said, "Well,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nah, that's
no." So I would see them in her in passing, and she would be a little flirtatious and stuff. And then he said, "Well, she wants you to," and I'm like,
yeah,
"This,
yeah.
I mean, this." I don't
Yeah.
even have to be Gregory Hines in that situation.
No, that's like, yeah, okay. Wow.
So, so
Okay.
I kind of approach it like that. And other people who are nicer, who are not married, but you kind of see they have an attraction, and you don't feel the same way. You're polite, you're respectful. You don't cross any lines. You don't flirt. You don't play around. It's not fun to play with somebody's feelings if you don't.
No, no, it's
So
not.
you just walk that line. I mean,
Yeah.
because younger, and I'm not saying I did. Well, when I was younger, when you're younger, you
When you're
kind of
young,
want,
you're dumb. I mean, when you're
yeah.
young, you just, yeah, you're
And
not
and
thinking
and
about
I
other
mean,
people.
I went through the Kurt the flirt stage. I was flirting. Oh, she's attractive. I'm flirting with her.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wait, your friend Shauna says, Scotty, emergency reach out.
Like Star
Yeah,
Trek.
yeah, like Star Trek. Must be, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you just stay out of those situations because if you
yeah,
don't, the thing I have found, if you don't distance yourself from situations that you know you're not going to be comfortable in, if you even try to navigate around it, but you kind of still keep yourself in it, there are consequences. And those
yeah,
consequences can keep mounting. And now that would make me tired trying to deal with somebody who no, I'm good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you ever dated at this age? Like a lot of people have grandchildren, children still living at home. Um, just circumstances. I've even heard of people who are divorced who live in the same house because um, it just works out that way. I mean, it just is. It's a
Mhm.
financial decision. But have you ever had? Do you have any of those stories?
I haven't. Well,
She says
this is a
exactly.
weird. This is going to be a weird story because I don't know if it was really a date. I kind of was. Well, it was a date. I kind of was.
Uh,
So I was 50. So yeah, I
okay,
was. Yeah.
50's in the category.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think
uh,
how old I was. No, I was, oh yeah, I was over 50. Okay. So yeah, I was like 54. And this is a person I work with, attractive, but I wasn't looking to date them. And then their coworker came to me and said, "Hey, I had tickets for a premiere of a movie at a big mall, movie, and but I can't use it. I gave it to so and so, and she might ask you to go."
oh, oh, okay,
So the so and so asked me to go, and
okay,
so I went, and
okay.
I went, but it turned out something was wrong. We went to the movie theater and we couldn't get in, and something. So we ended up going to dinner. All right. So then she
Okay.
said, "Well, we'll go when the tickets are good. We'll go." So then, a week or 2 weeks later, we then went to go to the movies, and I think we went to the movies. And then the next morning, I woke up to a whole long text where she was basically spilling her heart.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
spilling
but
her
then
heart on with love for you, or
basically with a relation, basically saying we could have a relationship, and I mean she had it all spelled out. I hadn't held her hands. We hadn't talked about romance. And and even though she was younger than me, she was I think mid 40s, but she had a grandchild because I guess she had
okay,
had a child
yeah,
at a
yeah,
younger
yeah, yeah,
age,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but then she said this to me because at this time my mom was still alive, and I was doing things to raise funds for my mother's care because she had Alzheimer's.
Hmm, hmm.
And this lady said to me, "Well, I know you have a lot that's going on with you and your mother, so I just hope you realize that you're going to have to make time for me."
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
And this was you just went out on like a couple of dates, not even
Yeah, and it
you
wasn't
felt
even like I didn't
yeah,
really feel like it was a date. Like I asked her out, I kind of felt like I don't even how you characterize how I got kind of put into going
kind of
out.
yeah. She kind of told you that you were going to be with her.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So after the remark about my mother, I kind of responded to her text because I mean that's like non-negotiable. I got
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
you have a
That's a
family
no.
member that has Alzheimer's, and you're
Yeah,
saying that
no.
you,
No,
you
no, 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 no. Yeah, that's somebody who's very insensitive to.
yeah, there was something very wrong with that. I'm like, don't
Yeah.
you? I mean, I don't know what her relationship with her mother was, but I mean, I
Yeah, I know. I know. Do we have any questions for Curtis? There's a chance to ask a male a question so he can give you some advice.
Uh-oh.
Dating question. I'll ask the. Oh, here's one. Wait, Julie says, trust your instincts. Be friends first. Pull back. Oh, we have some. Okay, pull back the layers slowly and see what happens. It takes time to see people are equally
Yes.
yoked spiritually, emotionally, financially, and physically compatible. Essentially, sounds like Julie's saying to take your time.
Right.
Yeah,
That is
that's
very true.
yes, yep. Scotty, you're Sean, Scotty, are you getting my message? Okay, you must be sitting. Tia, what's the best date ever that you have experienced over 50? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, this is unfair
Why?
because you know what I'm going to say.
I have an idea. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh God. You can say I if it's what I think, you can say, you can share it.
I don't remember. No, you know what it is. So,
I don't want to say it. I haven't I think I might have an idea.
well, I think the
I don't
best.
want to say it.
Okay, I think the best date that I have best date that I can recall over 50, and it's not like it's a hard recollection. I took a train ride.
I knew it. That's okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay. You
yeah,
guys get yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
and, that was lovely. I mean, really, the setting it was kinda funny because afterwards we went to dinner at this little restaurant, and for
Hmm.
some reason, um, this is our very first time meeting, and they
Hmm.
put us in this at this window seat where it was like, it overlooked, like, the street, right? And,
Hmm.
it was, like, the perfect seat, so much so, people inside now we had just met,
Right.
and this one woman, I think when we were leaving, asked if if he had proposed to me.
He did. She looked at me, said, "Did you propose?" And then she said,
Yeah,
"You better."
it was yeah, it was kinda funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
think about
Well, yeah.
if that would have been the lady that said I shouldn't spend time with my mother, spend time with her, that would have been it for her. She would have taken me outside and told me we would have went to the justice of the peace afterwards.
Oh my gosh. Wow, there's some women, let's just say, look, some of my sisters know exactly what they want, and they're like, "You know what? I'm gonna wrap him up and tie him and
Mm.
pull." I know that's wrong though. I mean, I don't think, it has to be a mutual thing. But yeah, yeah,
You
that
know, because my response is, look, I'm not Denzel. So why are y'all losing your mind?
and Denzel is married.
Exactly.
That's right. He is not even available. So any more advice? We have about 3 minutes to go. Any more advice? Because I appreciate our friendship. So
Yeah.
whatever's happening, I have a good friend. You have a good friend in me. So what? Any advice though to people other than I know you've said like be friends, take your time. What else?
Right. I mean, because that's the other thing. You if you meet somebody and you're attracted to them and it doesn't evolve into a relationship, you can, if it can be a friendship, let it be a friendship, because you never know, that person may introduce you to the person that becomes that important person in your life. So
Yeah.
you don't want to cut off that opportunity.
Right.
Don't we shouldn't, especially as men, and I'm saying this for men, we get ego and pride. Oh, she shouldn't, she should want me. You should be flexible, you should be open, and women should do that as well. But men, we got to relax our egos and just be more open.
All right. So, okay, I hear you. Michelle says because there are slim pickings out there, Curtis. That's why some women lock in far too fast.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I you know
yeah, yeah, and
and I feel
like
bad.
nice guy, and they
Yeah.
see it, and they're like, oh, okay, let me quickly. Yeah, you're right. She would have. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad. I mean, it puts you in an awkward situation because you don't want to be rude and you don't want to be mean, but
No.
you don't want to go in that direction, in that way. That's not how a relationship should evolve.
No, no. So, in closing, what does love mean to you? Like, what does it look like?
Well, as you know, and I think you may disagree with me on that. There are different types of love.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
romantic, the love of my life, and those people are very rare. And that opportunity those experiences are very rare. there are people you love that you love them as a child of God. There are people you love them as a friend.
Yeah.
So let that love be whatever that love is. You know, you don't, could you think about it, anybody you've ever loved on any of those levels, you had no control over that. It just was
Mm.
what came out of you.
Yeah.
So let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
I like that. And on that note, we are going to close. I want to thank everyone for spending time with us today. Um, today's conversation you will be able to see in a follow up in the streaming. I'll be sending it out, but it'll also be available for you to stream at your convenience. And if you know anybody who else would like, I am still gonna go ahead and please, the invitation is open. Just contact me. Curtis, thank you, thank you, thank you for
Thank you.
giving your words of wisdom. It was greatly appreciated. And I think all of us are going to come away with a little more empathy for all of us in our 50s, 60s, 70s. And thank you so much, guys, for all the love, keeping the chat going. I really love hearing the responses and being able to read them and share them. So until next time, bye, guys. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, Curtis. Okay, bye. It's always got to find out how to leave. Okay, sorry. I
Hit the
always
door.
struggle with this. Wait, I got to find the. There it is. Okay. Bye, Curtis. Okay. Bye, guys.